by Rampage Jackson.
And that's it. That is all she wrote for Hercules right there.
Danielle Taylor throwing some heavy shots and ends the fight. Cutler is out. Insane airplane toss by Charles Krazy.
Atlantic takedowns. Huge knees, 2 huge knees.
And there she is, Ronda Rousey making her pro debut in excellent fashion. Jamie Colleen just destroying. Cutler says, no more, I'm out. And a quick look at our rules of combat based on 3 5-minute rounds, and of course 5 5-minute rounds for championship bouts. And of course in the amateur division that changed to 3 3-minute rounds, and of course 5 3-minute rounds for championship bouts in the amateur division. It's based on the 10-point must system, judging criteria, and to get things started, we'll go ahead and throw it to the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Viejas Casino and Resort, Alpine, California, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the junior flyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, Cecil Peoples. Introducing first, the Lucas Oil Blue Corner. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, official weight 125 pounds. He represents Team Oyama. Ladies and gentlemen, from Manassas, Virginia, presenting Desmond, the Tyrant Torres. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, official weight 125 pounds. He represents Victory MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Diego, California, presenting Jeff the Impaler Riyadh. Once again, your referee in charge of this 3-round junior flyweight bout, Cecil Peoples, now with the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, these are all the rules. Only victory, fair fight, protect yourself at all times, follow the rules at all times. You want to touch gloves, do it now? Let's make this happen.
Here we are. Let's kick things off for round number 1 between Torres and Real. Torres in the blue, Real in the red gloves. And Cecil Peoples will get things started.
Well, for filling each other out, they're doing it at a quick pace here. I like it.
Yeah, definitely taking their time, but still moving in, keeping things, they're moving on their feet, they're not staying stagnant, keeping things flowing.
You know, I'm curious to see Torres fight because he is one of my teammates, and I haven't seen one of his fights, so this is cool for me. You know, it's like a little bonus here. Get to watch a teammate fight.
Of course. Well, it looks like he took a rough hit there.
Yeah.
Call a timeout for a few seconds.
Those are never nice.
Never, ever. They never will be. And then
even if it's light, you know, a little graze, it still is not pleasant.
Sometimes it's worse. Always an uncomfortable spot, but I'm sure we'll be shaking things off and getting back into the fight.
Well, the good thing here is it happened at the beginning of the round if it was to happen. So right now, you know, it's like you're still fresh.
You got plenty of energy. You snap right back into it. You're ready.
Opposed to, you know, it happened in the 3rd round or something like that, and you both are exhausted. Man, that just took it out of you right there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, man.
You really just, is it worth finishing this? Get a quick replay right there, that hit. And it looks like they're ready to go. And we're back in. Some nice exchange of kicks between these two fighters.
Nice. You know what I like is when you get a groin shot. Not that I like that part, but I'm saying afterwards, where the guy still kicks. He doesn't shy away. It was an accident, and hey, let's keep going.
You keep it going. Just be wary, and you move on. Of course, once it starts happening a second or third time, as we've seen in some fights in the past, it starts getting questionable.
Yeah, then we know when you practice, you got to kick higher.
Right. Adjust to your opponent's height.
Yep.
Some nice jabs from Torres. Torres making use of great footwork here. Real taking things to the ground. Change in elevation here. Real takes the back. And Torres slips out.
He just went for a little ride, that's all. He didn't take nothing. He just hopped on. He didn't piggyback. I like how both guys right here, they're mixing it up between their kicking and their punching. It ain't just one-sided, whether it's all hands or all, all legs. And
right. Staying very busy. Both guys are putting on some great aggression here. Usually it's a pretty clear distinction of that offensive, defensive fighter, but both of these guys are just going at it.
Oh, yeah. It's not a one-sided fight here at all. A little bit of blood on Real's face.
Looks like just a little bit, possibly a cut.
I always like when my opponent bleeds. It gives me more drive. Like, see if I can get a little more out of there.
Right, catch that adrenaline going. Gives you a little bit more motivation. Things going to Real. Takes things to the ground once again.
That was a nice takedown right there by Real.
Real keeping it going with the strikes. It's always good staying busy. We're always talking about that. It's a lot of fighters are lacking, like keeping that busyness when they can be putting in hits and they're not. Real's taking advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job here. He's got his weight on him, and he's throwing blows. So it's throwing Torres off a little bit here because instead of him just saying, okay, let me get up. Hey, there's something coming at me. I gotta defend that first.
Some nice knees.
Torres got to do something because these little people here, he's not one to let you just keep getting banged up.
Definitely. Torres looking to change things around here. Real holding on tight. Torres spins out of it, a nice spin.
Ooh, nice kick.
Real looking to return.
And I think I know where Real wants to take this fight.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to want to get right back down to the ground. It was working for him. But we'll see if Torres is going to let him. It's going to be tough. Ooh, Real with a nice punch to the face right there. And that will be it for round number 1. That was pretty exciting first round that we saw there. We got a nice explosive fight from both of these fighters and great performance. We'll take a look at the replay coming up right here. As you can see, we had Torres and both Real and Torres started it off testing each other, but being very light on their feet, going right at it, being quick.
Yeah, there was nothing except for right here, that little pause when he got a groin shot. But other than that, I mean, it was back and forth. It wasn't a one-side fight at all. Toward the end, Real, found a niche right there by, taking Torres down and said, hey, you know what? It is working for me.
Welcome back to King of the Cage Under Siege. We started off round number 2 between Torres and Real. Torres once again in the blue gloves, Real in the red. Now we had a very explosive start. That last round that we just saw, both fighters really got to test each other out, figure out what weaknesses, what strengths they want to exploit here. Once again, Real trying to go for that takedown again a little bit there.
Yeah, I think he realized that's where he wants to be. You know, he's not getting no damage done to him, and he was able to hold Torres down for a good amount of time and put some pounding in him.
Definitely. Both fighters still looking very fresh, not looking too affected by fatigue.
I see Torres a little more hesitant on his punching, and I think that has to do with him thinking, hey, Real's going to try that takedown, trying to get me down. So I don't know if it is or not, but it seems like it.
Right, he doesn't want to get caught off guard, because that could change the tide of the round for that, at least if he gets pinned down for a minute or so. That's definitely going to give some points to Real. But that's if Real can get it. Torres looking like he's getting a decent position here as Real up against the cage. Cecil Peoples are going to split. That's just like that. Yeah.
You can't just sit there while Cecil's watching you, especially not doing anything like that.
Yeah, it's bound to get split up and start up again, which is good. Keeps things fresh, keeps things active. Ooh, some nice exchange between both here. Now Torres up against the fence.
Let's see if Real can keep a little more busy than Torres, See if they can hold his position. Or if Torres can get out of here.
Yeah, we've seen some nice spins from Torres to get out of a similar position, but Real is doing a great job of keeping busy, as you said. Just like that, Torres breaks free.
I think he went for a home run right there, Real did. And he just overpunched. This is right here where Torres wants to be, right there, just in the open ground, delivering his shots.
Real not backing down, going to keep battling for center cage. Ooh, Torres putting some power behind those punches. Real gets knocked down.
I think that was a slip, though. I don't know, was it?
Possibly. I think it could have been a little half and half. I think a little misbalance there. Ooh, some nice little two combo there from Torres.
I think what started was Real caught Torres with an uppercut. Torres didn't like that too much. He said, wait a minute.
Snapped right back, no problem. Torres looking very comfortable in a fist fight here.
I think this is an advantage Torres right here when they're standing just banging like this. Hands are a little quicker and cleaner opposed to Real. Real's got some decent kicks too, though. When he uses it,
and there it is.
Yeah.
Just what I was about to predict. It looked like Real's going to go bound to go for another takedown. But I think Torres was expecting it this time.
There you go, perfect right there. That's what I was saying. He needs to get off that fence, get back to center, and do what he was doing.
Torres just looking to let loose. Real definitely going to be looking to make some kind of improvement on the ground in the coming rounds if he expects to get out of this. It looks like it may go the distance. It's very possible. Both these fighters are still looking fresh, very much into this fight.
It's going to be a tough one because that first round could have gone either way. I'm leaning a little more toward Real just because of the way the judges like to see when those takedowns.
Right.
He took him down, so usually you get a takedown, you win the round.
Right.
The second round, though, I see more, going towards Torres. So we can say the third round could be the deciding factor.
Yeah, definitely. I think Torres is sitting into a nice little strategy he's figured out here, figured out a way to pick apart his opponent, but Real just he's doing a decent job of defending and keeping up with him, trying to look for that takedown once again, but we'll have to see if he can make any headway here in the third round.
Yeah, and I mean, if he keeps it on his feet, it's not going to go in Real's favor, I'd say, just because of all the shots Torres is landing on him.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting what he decides to do. I'm going to assume he's going to go right off the bat, try to get things to the ground. He wants to make, the best use of his time. We'll take a look at that replay of that last round here. Yeah, we got to see Torres become much more comfortable, I think, this round, just kind of figuring out the patterns of Real and using that against him.
Yeah, I mean, Real came out the same way. Torres, I mean, they both came out a little slower, but they were still doing the thing, throwing back and forth, and it wasn't, like I said, so one-sided except for the fact that Torres, I think, was landing more significant strikes.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely had more power behind his hits and was able to, put forth a little bit more pressure, I'd say. I'd say Real struggled just a little bit trying to get that takedown he was looking for that round, but we'll see if he can get it here in round number 3. Once again, Torres in the blue gloves, Real in the red. This is the final round. Very well maybe the decider here.
The thing here is if Real goes for that takedown, doesn't get it, gets Torres up against the cage, he has to stay busy and either if he's going to keep fighting for that takedown, fight for the takedown to get him down. Otherwise, break off and reset, because he's just not being against the cage. He's not doing enough. And Torres, he's still moving, doing everything. Like I said, right here, he's going for that takedown. There they are against the fence. He's got to keep him there, have some more control over Torres.
Yeah, definitely at this point, looks like Torres is anticipating all these takedowns. He's limited Real to only one option, and if he can defend from that for the rest of the round successfully, this is Torres' game.
I mean, that's the best thing, too, when a fighter figures out, hey, you're only doing this. Hey, man, it's my game now, because like I said, I just have to stop one thing for me, and the rest is on me.
And not to discredit Real on his stand-up at all, he's been able to keep up with Torres fairly well for this whole fight, but if we're going to talk, specifics, Torres is just, he's there quicker, he's there a little bit harder every time.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they poke in the eye.
Looked like a little bit of a poke.
Well, that's another way to slow your opponent down. First, nut shot, and then a poke in the eye.
Yeah.
You can do so many of those in every fight because there's different fouls.
Right.
And you won't get a point taken away.
That's true.
But you can wear your opponent down.
That is true. I wonder, there's got to be some fighters out there who use that part of the rules. If it's in the rule book and if it's legal, people are sure to use it at some point. Not saying that Real is doing that here.
No, of course not. Of course not. But you know what? One time a fighter asked me, he was fighting this guy, and he's like, man, this guy's big, and what can I do? And I told him, hey, you can do all these fouls without getting, a point taken away because they're different fouls. And just be warnings, but just don't make it look obvious. And the funniest thing is, he didn't do it though, of course. But just to hear me in the back, telling a fighter, hey, you can do this.
Just to let you know.
He was looking at me like, really? I can do it? I'm like, hey, it's all legal.
Yeah, if it's in the book, that's how it is, Looked like Real took a hard kick there a few moments ago. Torres looking confident, maintaining control.
And that's the thing, Real is trying his best to come in, but when he comes in, he opens up just enough for Torres to deliver a good shot.
Yeah, Torres being a great counter-striker here.
And that's what's got Real right now confused. Because he's like, hey, I'm coming in, but I get hit. I'm backing out, and I get hit. What am I doing wrong? Or, how do I fix this? That's the worst thing for me when I'm in there. And I get tagged, I'm like, whoa, what happened? Especially if the fight was going good for me.
It looks like the crowd is pumping things up here. Both fighters still going at it, just as strong as they were that first round.
And that's great to see right here. Both guys going at it, they're not slowing down, definitely getting pumped up by the fans.
Of course, keeping the show going.
And I know when I'm in there and I hear the fans, whether they're cheering or booing, and I play to that, it's like, well, hey, you know what? If they're booing, hey, I got to pick it up. If they're cheering, hey, keep doing what I'm doing.
All right, they're all watching you. It's up to you to perform.
Yep. I mean, you're there for yourself, to get a win and
right.
Move on. But at the same time, hey, you got to please the crowd.
Of course. Ooh, a nice little combo there. Torres making, some great dodges this round. I mean, this whole fight is really his head movement.
Ooh, that was nice. I think it really got him
heavy
right
combo,
there.
yeah, shaking him. Real suffering from those couple of hits.
He's realizing that too. When the fighter backs up like that, you hurt him.
Real staying confident though. He's going to keep in there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to show Torres he got hurt that bad. That when he shows that, Torres is going to come in more full force right here.
Of course. 57 seconds of round number 3. We're going to see how long Real can last this. If he can take it down to the ground or make anything significant this round, he's going to have to change things up now. This is now or never.
I don't see Real even trying to take down now.
I think he's just trying to defend at this point.
Oh,
there's the take.
Prove me wrong.
There's the takedown.
Prove me wrong.
He's going to keep trying. He's persistent, very determined. That's what you got to be.
Yeah, Torres, he just got to throw some uppercuts right there. Even though he's got the leg, just start throwing the blows right there.
It looks like
I guess
Cecil
he was looking at
split him
Cecil
up.
like, hey, Cecil, we just standing here.
Definitely, Torres is working this fight to his advantage. He has no reason to stay busy if he's on the if he's on the opposite end of the takedown. So
I think Real went for that shot to recover from those body shots he took.
Yeah, I think so. He's continually taking some heavy hits.
Man!
A second. We'll take a look at that replay.
This last round was all Torres right here. I mean, Real, great job of staying in the fight, trying to deliver some shots, but every shot he threw, Torres had a fist for him right there, especially to the body. It was great.
Yeah, those gut shots were definitely doing some damage, taking it out of him, and it was all building up to that last final moment right there as the bell rings.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of junior flyweight action, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges at cage side, Luis Cobayan, Shad Smith, and Jose Cobayan score this bout 29-28. Be a winner by unanimous decision, Desmond, the Tyrant Torres. Ladies and gentlemen, from the fabulous Viejas Casino and Resort Alpine, California, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the lightweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, Sensei Cecil Peoples. Introducing first, in Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 6 feet tall, official weight 156.6 pounds. He represents Sequence Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Ludwig Martial Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, from Norco, California, presenting Nick, the Italian Scallion Angeloni. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall. Official weight, 155.2 pounds. He represents the Arena MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jacksonville, North Carolina, presenting Jazzy Jeff Creighton. Once again, your referee in charge of this 3-round lightweight bout, Sensei Cecil Peoples, down with the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, we're going over the rules. I want a good, clean, fair fight. Protect yourself at all times. Follow the rules at all times. You want to touch love? Let's dance.
Let's get things started here. Round number 1 between Nick Angeloni and Jefferson Creighton. Angeloni in the blue gloves, Creighton in the red. Fighters again starting off to a rather quick start. Angeloni going for the single leg.
He took 3 jabs, said, no, we're going down.
Angeloni much more known for his ground game than his stand-up. It's where he feels much more comfortable. He's going to try to take things down, but Creighton doing a great job of defending here, but Angeloni's going to keep pushing forward.
Biggest thing when you're on the ground is you just got to keep moving. When you lay there right there, I mean, you're giving your opponent a chance to get where he wants to get, the position, everything about it.
Of course. Yeah, every little split second counts when it comes down into it in jiu-jitsu, every little muscle movement, little pocket of space that opens up. Angeloni staying very persistent here. Creighton doing a good job of defending. Both fighters doing a great job of staying busy, putting in jabs wherever they can.
Yeah, the only thing I want is that Angeloni, he's just laying on a little too much. There you go. That's what he needs to do right there. A lot more of that. As long as he keeps, being more active, because he's given, Creighton too much of an opportunity to do something. I've seen a few, submission attempts by Green, always trying to get out, but like I said, he's just not punishing them enough.
Angeloni still looking to improve the situation here, but Creighton has been maintaining a great guard. Now he's going to use the fence to his advantage to stand up. Angeloni trying to keep things on the ground. Yeah, Angeloni could definitely be using this time. There we go, putting and softening him up, trying to get some shots to the body, to the face, keeping him busy.
Especially if he wants to go for that takedown, you got to distract him,
Right.
Because if you're
Keep
just
him
going for,
overwhelmed.
if you keep going for a straight takedown, he's like, okay, I got to defend. But you throw punches, you get that split second. Hey, he's not thinking about it. Boom, here it goes. Oh, is that a? Yeah, thought he was going for a guillotine right there.
That was possible, but Angeloni staying persistent, trying to work from here. Creighton just not letting it happen. And Angeloni keeps going back in there.
It's like a dog with a bone, just not letting it go.
It is not. He's going to keep going, and he picks him up. In for a little slam there. That's one way to get him down to the ground.
True. Fans always like to see that, too.
Of course, hopefully at not too much sacrifice of energy.
Well, I think you sacrifice less energy doing that than trying to, just shoot off,
right.
Shoot from the cage.
That is true. Once again, Angeloni in this position, trying to make it better for himself, but Creighton is not letting him really improve.
I see the only problem with this position, it's great for Angeloni. He's scoring points here in the sense of just control. And Creighton just needs to do something, besides just, defending great that he's doing, but throw a few more blows, move a little more to where you're in a better position to do something and inflict some pain in your opponent.
Right. Angeloni trying to move to a little bit of a side position here to improve. He's pushing to try to make something out of this, but Creighton is not going to let him pass.
He's going for a choke here. Looks like he's trying to lock his arms up.
Yeah, Angeloni looking like he's trying something here. That pops out of it, and we're right back where we started. 30 seconds left in round number 1. And then we'll stand things back up for the end. And Angeloni right back to the takedown, trying to get it.
I don't know if he was trying to go for a takedown, get a better position, or if he was. I don't know. I'm trying to think what he was doing here.
An interesting round at that. Welcome back to King of the Cage Under Siege. We just got finished up with round number 1 of Angeloni versus Creighton. Taking a look at the replay here, I'd say Angeloni took this round just because he managed to keep Creighton on the defense, you know, for the majority of the round.
Yeah. I mean, when you take your opponent down and you know you keep him there, and, you know you have control over so people don't stand you up. That means you're doing enough,
right,
to stay in that position. So yeah, he definitely, I'm pretty sure, took that round with those takedowns and that ground control.
Kick things off here, round number 2. We'll see how it develops. We'll see if Creighton develops a different strategy here, if he's going to try to go a little more aggressive. We already know Angeloni has like he's already tried, is going to try and go for that takedown. Creighton trying to keep things active.
Well, he's doing a good job right here until you let him tie, until you let
Angeloni?
Yes, thank you. To let him Angeloni tie him up.
Yeah, Angeloni's sticking to that plan right there, just trying to keep it up against the fence and working to the ground. But as we saw in that last round, it didn't make too much headway, but he did manage to keep somewhat of a dominant position for the majority of the round. Creighton, though, looking like he's adapting to this, trying to figure out how to get around it and how he can make some significant advances.
Yeah, I can see Angelini picking him up again.
Nice little takedown there. But now, will Angeloni be able to get past this position? We saw him getting down to this plenty of times in the first round, but not really moving past it.
Yeah, no, Creighton, he's got a great guard. And, I mean, he does good every time Angelini tries to get out of there or advance something. He puts him right back in it, and it keeps him there. But that's the only problem. He needs to get out of there.
Creighton doing a good job of spinning to get out of this. Angeloni sticking with him.
That's some good movement right there.
Angeloni staying persistent on those legs. Oh, Angeloni forcefully removes him from the cage.
He lets him know you're going down. Oh, man.
I'm surprised the extra reserve strength he's using. He must be either have some great conditioning or he's getting fatigued out from here. But Angeloni seems to be managing his energy very well.
I think he's got good jiu-jitsu cardio.
Oh, looking like a potential triangle there, but not quite. Angeloni doing a great job getting those heavy hits in.
Oh, no, he's doing a lot better this round than he did the first round in putting some punishment on him.
Right.
And that's what I like to see. He's doing that, and he's doing a good job of it, too. He's constantly moving and trying to get in a better position to deliver some good shots.
Yeah, definitely much more movement, different positions that we're getting into this round. A little more exciting is what we saw before. There looks like Creighton's going ahead and just trying the ground game, working with it. Guy's getting wrapped up like a pretzel. Creighton looking for something. They're spinning around like crazy here.
I mean, it's good. I mean, they're moving, they're repositioning, so it's nothing, concrete for anybody.
Of course.
But right now, Angelini, he is getting the advantage because he's got position and he comes down with those bombs.
And majoritarily, he's staying on top this entire time. Despite maybe not making the most advances from that position, but he's still staying in the dominant position.
Yeah, I mean he's made his way to half guard, and he's got him right there. Dropping some bombs on him. That's what you want. I mean that's how you wear your opponent out. Besides just dropping all your weight on him, is delivering some good shots.
Definitely throwing him off guard, keeping him busy. Keeping him thinking, what's am I going to have to defend against a punch? Am I going to have to defend against a hold? What's going to happen next? Angeloni getting very aggressive here. Making good use of those body shots.
Yeah, you always hear, the refs, they'll tell you backstage, hey, if you do that little body headshot, you can only do so many of those, before they stand you up.
Right.
But he's dropping bombs left and right.
Yeah, you can see him putting a little bit of power behind those. When Angeloni going to test the stand-up for a little while. Cretin, though, definitely looking for this, but Angeloni switches it back. Tries to go for that takedown once again.
He wasn't trying to stand up at all. He was just, letting Cretin think he was trying out so he could get this shot in.
Right, it's all part of the strategy.
I mean, that's how you set it up, and that's the right thing to do right there. If you want that shot, set it up. Make your opponent think I'm going to stand and bang.
And that will conclude round number 2. Much more exciting, a little more aggression this round. Saw some more development for both of these fighters. Angeloni got to really show off this round. I think he proved a little bit more extra than what he was displaying in that first round. Kind of got a little bit more control, tried out some different positions, got into different places. Cretin even decided to look like he wanted to roll for a little while too.
Yeah, no, you know what, Angeloni, he came, I think he used the first round as his warm-up in the sense of feeling out process.
Right.
But in the ground sense. And the second round, he said, okay, I saw what you did on the ground. Now, hey, here's what I'm going to do with everything that you did. And, I mean, he did a great job. The transitions, when Cretin was trying to get away, he moved, dropped bombs on him, and every position was good for him.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll see if Cretin can make any advancement coming up in this next round. The fight continues. Round number 3, Angeloni versus Cretin. And this is the deciding factor right here. Both fighters have put on a great performance thus far. They're both full of energy still, very clearly, so we'll see where it goes.
I'm pretty sure I know where it's going to go. Straight to the ground.
Now yeah, definitely, yeah. That's definitely a safe prediction to make. Angeloni trying, but Cretin counters.
And that's what he needs to do right there. Stop that takedown and boom, look at those elbows. Nice.
There we go.
Now right here, get off the cage as quick as you can.
Cretin's definitely got to work from that position. He's been stuck with his back against the cage every round thus far. Angeloni getting that takedown, but Cretin looking like he's working away from it a lot faster.
Yeah, he's got to know, hey, this is a round he's got to put Angeloni away because...
Definitely, at this point, yeah, Angeloni's ahead, you have to say. Just by control alone, I'd have to give it to him, he's been keeping it on the ground. Maybe he hasn't made the most advancement, so far at least, or at least putting too much damage on him, but he has been in control.
Oh, yeah. And that's a big part, especially with Cretin not really doing anything, even from the ground, if he was delivering some blows from the bottom, they could say, okay, well, he was on top, or but he got beat up.
Oh, Angeloni, another pickup.
Yep.
Similar to what we saw in round 1.
And you know what? He ended up in side control this time with that takedown right there.
Right, changing things up.
Look at those knees. That's what I'm talking about right there. Soften them up. It ain't always about the submission. But to get to the submission, hey, confuse them.
Right. Angeloni looking very calm, staying comfortable, trying to figure this out here. Cretin getting stuck in a not so great position here.
Like I say, for Cretin, I mean, he got a side controller, got him back in half guard, and he's not taking no punishment right now.
Yeah, both fighters gonna be looking to make some improvements here. We could very well see Cecil People stand this up. Cretin trying to make some space, create some space between the two.
You can say Cecil People, he's your #1 fan in there, so to say, for the fans. If there's no action going on, he's right there like, hey, you know what, let's get some action going.
Stand right back up, get right back into it.
I say, me as a spectator, I love when Cecil refs because he makes sure the action keeps going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about nothing. It's like, hey, let's go.
Hey, right, no time for resting, no sitting around. If no action's being presented, Cecil will get the action going.
That's right.
Angeloni just looking for a way to break in. Cretin just on the defensive here. Angeloni still looking full of energy, looking like he's just,
yeah.
he's just,
I mean, he's just, he's wearing Cretan down a lot just by what he's doing right. He took him down. He's got his weight on him. He's been throwing bombs on him. I mean, Cretan's trying, but man, there's no success in all that.
Yeah, with only about a minute and 30 seconds left in this round, Cretan's really going to have to start working towards some improvement soon. Cecil will stand things up. We'll see if Cretan gets a little second wind here. Angeloni definitely looking the fresher of the two.
Yeah, I mean, all that constant pressure, constant takedowns, having his weight all on Cretan right there, I think is catching up to Cretan right there. That takedown was a prime example. He shot it from a distance, and Cretan was just like watching, whoa, where are you going?
Angeloni just going for the same exact routine he's been going for this whole fight. And you know what? It's worked for him thus far. He hasn't been able to make, the most advancement, or get into really any kinds of submissions or anything like that, but he's been making, decent headway the entire time, staying just ahead of Cretan.
Yeah.
And if it goes to decision, that's all it's going to take.
I'm pretty sure, Cretan is frustrated beyond belief, not being able to defend the takedown, not being able to get off his back.
That will conclude this fight. We'll check out the results coming up after the break. King of the Cage Under Siege. We just finished up that last bout between Angeloni and Cretan. Angeloni showing off his ground skills, trying to get it down to the ground the entire time of this fight. Since round number one, we've seen him going through the same routine, pulling him up, getting the takedowns, forcibly moving him from the cage if he has to.
Yes, and you know what? He was successful a lot of times because, Cretan spent most of his time on his back.
Yeah, definitely. Cretan just was struggling to find a way around this, trying to get past it. I think Angeloni's jiu-jitsu skill was just slightly above his. His conditioning seemed just a little bit better. Was able to just keep things going, kept a little more energy, kept the pace going.
Yeah, no matter what, every takedown, there was a couple that Cretan, stuffed. But for the most part, he was down on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of lightweight action, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges at cage side, Luis Cobian, Chad Smith, and Jose Cobian, scored this bout exactly the same way. 30-27, all 3 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Nick, the Italian Stallion, Angeloni. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Viejas Casino and Resort, Alpine, California, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the bantamweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, Cecil Peoples. Introducing first, the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 6'1", official weight 145.2 pounds. He represents Team Oyama. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chihuahua, Mexico, damas y caballeros, el hijo de Chihuahua, Mexico, introduciendo Fernando el Valiente Padilla. Here's opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 7 inches tall. Official weight 145.4 pounds. He represents the Rosano Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bloomington, Indiana, presenting Kurt Kinser. Once again, your referee in charge of the 3-round bantamweight bout. Cecil Peoples now with the final instructions.
Gentlemen, let's have a good, clean, fair fight. Protect yourself at all time. Follow the rules at all time. You want to touch glove, do it now. Let's rock and roll.
Round number 1. Kinzer in the red gloves, Padilla in the blue gloves. Let's get things started. Kinzer looking for the takedown, it seems.
Yeah, he's coming in quick, too.
Yeah, Kinzer looks like he's got a lot of strengths, but Padilla seems to see exactly what he's trying to go for, keeping a good defense. He's got a nice height advantage. Kinzer gets the takedown, though, flips him. Padilla using that height advantage to his strength. Really able to wrap around. I'm sure that's very frustrating to Kinzer at this point.
Yeah, look at those headshots. They're all nice and tied up right here.
And Kinzer is just not letting go. Padilla almost trying to pull him, just pry him off of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to use his legs as leverage to get him off, but he's got a good hold on his, each one we've got a good hold on each other's heads right there.
Yeah, Kinzer definitely the shorter, stockier of the two, so he's got looking like he's got a little more chest strength there. He's able to keep that held where he wants it, but Padilla working his way around.
Nice elbows right there by Padilla. That's actually a pretty good, hold right there. If he keeps him there, he's got free shots right there. Not have to worry about getting hit. He's got his body right
face
there.
Away. Open spot on the ribs. Now Padilla slipping his way out. Some odd positions both these fighters are getting into this fight. Both of them are just working the hardest, trying to get an advantage over the two. Padilla
awesome, no.
Trying to set up a triangle, but Kinzer definitely looking. You can see some wrestling in his technique. Padilla, he's got some strong jiu-jitsu as well. Kinzer working on the knees.
Oh man, that's gotta hurt. Or if not, it will.
Yeah, definitely.
Might not feel it right now, but later you'll be like, ooh, shouldn't have took all those shots.
Ooh, oh, some nice knees to the side of the head. Kinzer showing some good flexibility here, getting in on some angles. Yeah, half of those are definitely landing.
Yeah, Padilla, there you go. You got to stand up off those shots. Be bent over that far. You're a taller guy, man. Use that height. Kinzer is doing a great job of keeping a lot of pressure on Padilla. See right there? Man, throw some shots. I'll slow down that takedown.
Kinzer staying persistent. Padilla gets a little bit of a break here, gets some nice exchange of punches, definitely looking a little more comfortable in the stand-up.
Clean shots, but you just got to break away, though. Right there, pow. There you go, come on, hit him, hit him.
Yeah, Padilla's got all the room to hit him right here. Kinzer going to keep the pressure.
He did a good job of wrapping Padilla's legs up. I think he...
Kinzer working to improve that position. Land some nice shots on Padilla at the same time. Kinzer working on chopping the legs again. Some knees to the head.
Yeah,
Oh, and that will conclude round number 1. Looking like both fighters were a little questionable about those knees there at the end, but Padilla had both feet on the ground standing, so it was legal.
But he had both hands on the ground too.
Oh, that's true. Yes,
and that's what he was looking at. He's like, hey, my hands are down. So, and I think Cecil people was letting him know, hey, watch those hands, because if you're down, you can't kneel.
Right.
And look at these guys were all pretzeled up from the start, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think both of them were using their advantages and disadvantages against each other. This entire round was a perfect display of that. Padilla definitely looking to keep things on the stand-up, but Kinzer was just so persistent in trying to keep things down, getting that takedown. He was staying busy, chopping the legs, keeping those body shots going. Padilla could definitely have done a little bit more as far as getting some shots in while they were tied up like that. You know,
most definitely. I mean, when he stood, Padilla had the shots right there.
We're just getting started here, round number 2 between Kinzer and Padilla. Kinzer showing a very impressive start at round number 1, showing off his ground game, trying to keep things there, was being very persistent about it, showing off his upper body strength, but now Padilla getting a chance to return to the stand-up.
Had a good uppercut right there, and right away Kinzer said, no, you know what, we're going down.
Padilla getting a little more options here now that we're keeping it on the stand-up a little bit. Kinzer gonna return it. Ooh, nice jab.
I tell you, I can see which way this fight's going to go if it stays up on its feet.
Definitely. I don't think Kinzer wants this fight if it can keep it on the stand-up. He's going to want to get it right back down to the ground where he's comfortable.
Yeah, he's taking some good shots right now from Padilla.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he got him down. That's where he wants to be. This is a safe place right here where he can deliver the punishment.
We'll see what Kinzer works from this point. Kinzer working to just try and improve something here. Padilla seems a little bit more wary of the situation. Once again, this match is brought to you in part by Lucas Oil and General Tire.
I say Kinzer's doing a good job of keeping Padilla right here in that spot where he was. But see now, there you go. He's got to get Padilla against that cage and start dropping those D's like he was earlier before in the earlier round. Padilla, on the other hand, man, he's got to get off this cage. He did so great in the open field right there, just dropping bombs on him.
Right, Padilla's just got to work to create some distance between these two. Yeah. Kinzer's just sticking to him.
Yeah, no. If he cannot stick him and get some space and just get out there and start dropping his bombs, I mean, he could probably knock Kinzer out.
No, most likely. I mean, Kinzer was getting rocked right there in the beginning of the round alone. You saw him taking some of those hits. He was feeling it.
Yeah. But the whole key is getting him off. Kinzer doing a great job of just sticking to him and trying to get that takedown.
Yeah, doing exactly what he needs to do to try to get that win for him.
Here's where, Padilla's in a good position, drops some elbows right on his head.
Because they ain't keeping busy. Cecil will split it up. And now we may see Padilla shine a little bit here. Gets an opening.
He just got to make sure he stops, Kinzer from coming in.
Right. Keeping some distance between the two. He's going to use that height. Took a strong hit from Kinzer.
Yeah.
Still showing off his own strength in the stand-up. Seeming to overwhelm Padilla. This could be it. Padilla's taking some strong hits. Oh no, this isn't looking very good for Padilla. Kinzer's taking some hits too, but I think there's just more power coming from him towards Padilla.
Yeah, but Kinzer might be seeing that too. Like, hey, this is working for me.
He's changing up Kinzer changing up that strategy to the stand-up. It's working out for him. Padilla is just desperately trying to hang on here, but
he just landed a good knee though. Might have rocked him. That's why he's going for that takedown now.
Kinzer going back to where he feels safe. Padilla right here.
There you go. That's what he needs to do, Padilla. Right there. See those elbows? All day, all day.
Kinzer still working the knees. Padilla should be working the body, working the head, everything he can right now. Yeah, Padilla got rocked a few times there in that exchange.
There were some good shots right there. I mean, he sat back on that cage and was trying to, just bob and weave. And was getting clipped quite good.
And Cecil split things back up again. Padilla gets another opportunity. But we'll see if Kinzer turns it right back again. I think Kinzer's nice little uppercut there. Padilla coming back with some hard strikes, but Kinzer just pushes through.
Yeah.
They're going to keep going.
I think
everybody
Kinzer
loves
has
a
a little
slugfest.
more juice in him right there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Everyone loves a slugfest. This crowd is loving this, eating it up.
I mean, it's a good way to finish the round on both guys right here. They're just swinging back and forth.
What an amazing round we got there. Definitely a little more exciting than the first. We saw Kinzer switching it up and really putting in some work there on the stand-up. Was able to show Padilla that he's not going to back down on that. He can turn the fight around if he needs to defend himself. Padilla at the same time got some nice hits in there on the stand-up, but I think Kinzer had to get that round.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I mean, it came out strong, and I mean, Padilla delivered some nice shots, but somewhere down the line, Kinzer decided to turn it around and say, you know what, hey, I can get you with these shots. So, I mean, I don't know if he felt that he had more juice, more energy, but he just started taking it to Padilla.
Yeah, I think Padilla has just taken a little bit more of a beating. Definitely is just suffering a little bit more in the fatigue area. He's really not getting a chance to show off his to get an advantage out of that length, that arm, that reach advantage, that height advantage. Kinzer is doing whatever he can to prevent that from really flourishing.
True.
Round. Kinzer once again in the red gloves, Padilla in the blue. And everything is on the line this round.
Right where they left off. Swinging right back at each other.
Padilla looking like he's making use of that reach advantage just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do, is keep his range right there so he can deliver those shots like that, but Kinzer's not giving him no room to breathe.
Yeah, Kinzer's got an iron chin, it seems, because he's taking some strong hits and coming right back.
I mean, if he ain't going for a takedown, he's going for the charge and a fist to come with it.
Definitely. I think Kinzer's got a little boost in motivation after seeing how well he could stand with it last round. He's definitely feeling a little more confident.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, when you're a ground guy, which that's what it seemed like for me when I saw Kinzer.
Right.
But then, to stand and bang is like, hey, you know what? There's something there. And it does look like Padilla slowed down quite a bit. I don't know if it's just from all the takedowns and, being on the bottom, having to move Kinzer around.
Right.
His hands are down at his waist. I mean, Kinzer going for some body shots here.
Yeah, noticing those combos. Padilla trying to keep for the head. Yeah, but Padilla definitely, you see the speed slacking.
Yeah.
Kinzer's able to, he's meeting those punches a lot quicker, a lot more power.
Yeah, I mean, Padilla, he throws some shots, and then Kinzer, comes back with 4 or 5.
Right. Surprisingly, though, it's kept for the stand-up for this whole time in this round.
Yeah,
Kinzer looking very comfortable with it.
They might have told him in the corner, hey, I think we think you can knock him out.
Right.
Go for the knockout.
He might try it. This is the time to do it.
He has not. I haven't seen a shot, tried by Kinzer at all.
Yeah, we have not seen an attempt yet.
I've seen a lot of body shots.
I'm noticing that. Yeah, definitely. Working all different parts of Padilla.
Padilla, throwing some good knees, but I don't know if there's a lot of power behind him now that he's so fatigued.
Right. Like he's dropping his arms, he's keeping his hands down, trying to reserve any energy he can.
Yeah. And his combos have dwindled down to, just 1-2 shots.
Definitely. Kinzer just relentless.
Yeah, you know, and he, you know, as a fighter, he's got to be sensing that right there. He's like, hey, he's tired. He's not throwing the same. He's not doing, you know, hurting me. Let me give him what I got.
Kinzer still hitting with the strength of where he was in the first round, staying persistent as always.
And that, I mean, that's what body shots do too. You know, they wear you out even more.
Definitely,
You
taking
can't-
the air breath right out of you.
You can't recover energy after a body shot opposed to a head shot. You know, your energy's still there, but a body, man, you just deplete.
Kinzer working the hands.
I mean, I give props to Padilla staying in there, you know. He's not going down, so, I mean, same thing. He can take the shots, or Kinzer, you know, is wearing down a little bit too in his shots.
Coming down to the last minute and a half, Padilla is really going to have to do something miraculous here. I think he's really honestly going to have to knock out Kinzer
Yeah,
if he hopes to win.
And as tired as he is, I don't see that happening.
Definitely, I just don't think he has the power behind his punches anymore.
Even if Kinzer ran into one of his knees, I mean.
Kinzer's he's obviously shown enough persistence and strength that he could take the hit.
He's still got enough energy in him left and wits about him to avoid all that.
And see, now earlier in the fight, I'm sure Padilla was hoping for Cecil to be splitting things up, but nowadays, now it seems, by this point, it may not be the best choice for him either.
No.
Kinzer has so completely thrown away the aspect of the takedown for this round.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a great time, you know, on stand-up, and everything's working for him. You know, there's no more reach advantage, no nothing. I mean, right here.
And they're looking to slug it out for this last part.
But he started getting an advantage, and, you know, what can he do? He turned away a little bit. But, man, 30 seconds left. He's not going to be.
A nice knee.
Look at that, though.
And there's the takedown. He forced him back.
That's part of that, you know, fatigue. You know, he threw the knee. Kinzer grabbed the leg, and he was just too tired to do anything, and straight to his back.
Well, that's all right for Kinzer, because really all he needs to do is just keep that control for the end of the fight. I think Padilla is out of moves. And that's it.
Out of moves, out of energy.
Definitely. Both these fighters definitely taking some suffering from fatigue at the end of that round. They went the full 3 rounds. An amazing fight. Kinzer really putting everything on the line and going 150% since round number 1. Even switching up his style and still feeling confident in stand-up. Completely switching it up.
You know what? That's what I was going to say, too. I mean, to go from nothing but ground to ending on stand up and just swinging back and forth at it. I mean, that's got to say something about his confidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards, a hand for these 2 warriors. This is what professional MMA is all about. Judge Luis Cobian scores this bout 29-28 in favor of Padilla. Shad Smith, 29-28 for Kinzer. And finally, Jose Cobian, 30-27 for your winner by split decision, Kurt Kinzer. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Viejas Casino and Resort, Alpine, California, King of the Cage and General Tire present this special 3-round bout in the women's strawweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this match will be Luis Cobian, Shad Smith, and Jose Cobian. Your referee in charge of the action, Cecil Peoples. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, official weight 112.8 pounds. She represents the 303 Training Center. Ladies and gentlemen, from Denver, Colorado, presenting Cassie, the Joker, Raw. Her opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 4 inches tall. Official weight 109.2 pounds. She represents the Karate Mafia. Ladies and gentlemen, from Shreveport, Louisiana, presenting Andy the Creation Win. Once again, your referee in charge of this ladies' attraction, Cecil Peoples. The final instructions, 3-round schedule.
All right, ladies, we're going over the rule. Let me have a good, clean, fair fight. Protect yourself all the time. Follow the rules at all times. You want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's dance.
And here we are, round number 1. Andy Nguyen versus Cassie Robb. Two very prominent female fighters here at King of the Cage. And are already right off to an explosive start. What else can we expect from these two fighters?
Nothing but that.
Now, Nguyen and Robb, I think they were actually talking about, they're actually friends in real life, very good friends at that. So this fight is, I mean, they seem they're going right at it. They're having fun with this.
I'd say I couldn't tell they were friends. watching the start of this fight.
Yeah, all relationships aside, when it comes into the cage, they're ready to beat each other in any way they can. Possibly, too, some of the best fighters we have here in the women's division as well. Two very heavy hitters, full of energy.
I tell you, they're doing a good job right now. Going back and forth, nonstop.
Robb looking for the takedown. Nguyen doing a good job of defending here. Robb gets that takedown she's looking for.
She did a good job on that.
But Nguyen has plenty of skill in the jiu-jitsu game as well, so we'll see how she handles it on the ground. Robb making some headway here, moving into half guard.
One thing that'll never stop amazing me is how flexible women are when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
Definitely.
And the things they can do that a guy cannot.
Getting in all kinds of different positions, working from new areas. And they'll stand things back up. We have some nice exchanges here. Both fighters are throwing hard. They're throwing with full force between all these hits. They're not doing no test punches.
Oh, no. I wonder if they've, if the friends, have they sparred each other before? Rolled?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Do they know a little bit about, what their strengths are, their weaknesses? They have to be friends.
Yeah, makes for a better fight, and they both know their weaknesses. Now they're both going to go, pushing the limit, 150%.
True.
Just like anybody else in this fight. At the end of the day, the job's the job.
Yep.
Oh, Robb looking for an armbar.
I think she,
Nguyen
nice
get the slam. Stepping on the head, Nguyen is not going to let this armbar go. Robb trying to hold it in there. There we go, Nguyen switches out.
Yeah, still persistent on it though, man.
Very persistent with it.
She's making Nguyen work for this right here.
Definitely, and she'll be spending the energy for it.
Robb really holding on to that arm. She's not letting it go.
She got out.
There it is. Nguyen just is very persistent, very strong. I think this early in the fight, Nguyen's got a lot of energy. She's got a lot of energy to spend. She's shown plenty of times in the past that she can go the full 5 rounds if she needs to. So in this case, only 3. It's going to take a little bit more wear and tear.
Quinn's doing a great job here of doing some ground and pound right there as submission tips are being tried out left and right on her by Rob.
Some nice headshots there from Wynn.
Look how Rob tied her up right there. Locked her body and her arm up so she couldn't get hit no more, which is good. Now she go for submission. Without taking damage like that.
She wants to improve. She's going to have to slip her out, and Wynn is just waiting for that opportunity. Now Wynn just egging her on to stand back up. And that will conclude round number 1. We just finished up round number 1 between Andy Nguyen and Cassie Robb. Very, very explosive fight. Very well, maybe the fight of the night so far. I mean, these guys, they're going at it. It's crazy. It's insane. They're explosive. They're both not giving up the slightest bit of, power at all. Cassie Robb, yeah.
Not at all. And you know what I'm thinking too is, since they're friends, and like I said, I know they've rolled with each other, they've sparred, so they know a little bit about themselves. So it's making for an exciting fight because hey, she likes this, she does this, I'm gonna do this. I mean, it's just going back and forth. It's great.
Fantastic. We see Cassie Robb there was trying to lock in that arm bar for a long time, was doing pretty good off the ground, but Nguyen was able to counter back with a lot of those punches. We'll see how it develops here in round number 2. And we're off. Interested to see if Robb is going to go again for a submission type, or if she's going to try to take things to the ground, or if she's going to keep it on the stand-up.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, Robb going for the takedown once more, gets it. She'll hopefully have adapted from that first round and knows what to do now, tries to improve that situation.
Yeah, well, in the first round, she was on her back.
Right.
Because she went for that arm bar that put her in that position. So this time, let's see, she's on top. She dropped some bombs the way Nguyen was.
Nguyen trying to change things up here, working the leg over, but Robb not letting it happen. Nguyen getting some good jabs in.
I was going to say, yeah, she's delivering some shots. That's what you want. If you're on the bottom, hey, give them some punishment. If you ain't going for a submission, go for some punishment.
You can always be working to soften up your opponent. Nguyen doing just that. And Robb working it too. Keep him busy, making sure things don't get stood up. Speak too soon, and Cecil will stand things up.
You know what? Because they were paused, and they went for a little flurry, then they paused again, and that's what Cecil saw.
Yep.
So, you know what? You're not taking no breaks here.
No breaks. Nice kick from Wynn.
Ooh.
Nice flurry of hits.
I think I know who has the advantage on the stand-up.
Definitely. I mean, Andy Nguyen, she's a Muay Thai fighter. She does great on the stand-up, has some great kicks, great with her hands. Robb predominantly is a ground fighter, got some wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Gets the takedown. She's doing a good job. She's racking up those points and getting those takedowns at least.
So I got to say, I agree with you on that. The only difference is that she's got to do a little bit more.
Yeah, once she gets down to the ground, I mean, Nguyen's doing a great job of defending, and Robb's not really making too much progress. Nguyen's got full guard going here, so.
I mean, yeah, she's going to hold her to have Cecil stand him up. I mean, smart. But like I said, at the same time, look at that. She delivers some nice elbows from the ground.
Right.
I mean, I think she's out scoring her, Robb right here. Nguyen is out scoring Robb from the ground.
Yeah, definitely, actually. She's defending really well. She's landing a lot of strikes, more than Rob. I think Rob's got a little bit of blood now coming from the face.
You know, that's one thing you don't expect, you know, as a fan or, you know, as a fighter that's on top to get bombed out from the bottom. And you're thinking, hey, I'm on top, I'm the one who's going to hurt you.
Right. Cecil stand things back up. We'll see Wynn capitalize on this. Nice jabs.
I gotta say, if Wynn can stop those takedowns, oh, it's gonna be a long night for Rob.
Yeah, Nguyen definitely looking like a little fresher of the two. Rob's still coming in hard though. Still staying light on her feet, just waiting for an opportunity to unload.
Oh, she's doing good right here. I mean, she's making all those shots. And
I mean, at this point, Wynn should be pretty comfortable. If Rob, from this point, she knows she's going to dial in, she's going to go for the takedown, so Wynn's just letting her come right to her.
Yeah. I mean, she got one thing to defend right there, and that's that takedown right here. Circle away. Perfect.
Got to hand it to Rob, though. She is able to take these punches like they're nothing.
No, yeah, she is.
Walking them off. And that will conclude round number 2. We'll take a look at the replay coming up after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. We just finished up round number 2 between Andy Nguyen and Cassie Robb. Rob got a few takedowns, as we saw, scored her a couple of points, but Nguyen really showed it this round. I think she really brought it, just kind of overwhelmed Rob a little bit. She's definitely showing a little more fatigue by the end of that round.
Oh, yeah, well, so Rob got the takedown, but Nguyen from the bottom was delivering some nice strikes, and then when they went to their feet, I mean, Nguyen just had everything right there. You know, she stopped Rob from taking her down again, and, you know, was able to circle away from that fence, which is, kept her on her feet. Kept landing those shots.
Right, Wynn was able to just let Rob come right to her and then do whatever she needed to do. We'll see how this concludes coming up, round number 3. Once again, Wynn in the red gloves, Rob in the blue. We'll get things started. Rob coming in a little bit more aggressive, but this time Nguyen gets the toss.
Yeah. Paid for that. I mean, she was expecting Rob, you know, Nguyen just go straight back into the cage. And
Nguyen, you know, Nguyen, she's a stand-up fighter, but she is no stranger to the ground. If it gets taken down there, she has no problem handling the fight from there. Yeah, she's just laying down some punishment for Rob.
She's coming a lot more aggressive right there.
Hey, Rob brought the heat, and Nguyen matched it right back, no problem.
And some.
Yeah, and some. Cranked it up. Put Rob back on the defensive.
So sure, I mean, you just gotta watch that takedown. You know, when Rob comes forward, circles. Like right here, you know, just break away.
Yeah, some great combos from Nguyen, forcing Rob to grab her and clinch up.
Oh, look at that.
She gets the takedown once more. Nguyen is just going, I think, full bar this round, letting it all loose.
I think she senses Rob is a little more tired.
Definitely.
So she's taking advantage of that all the way.
Rob trying to flip out of this, but Nguyen just keeping it tight, not giving her any space to move.
I give it to Rob, you know, she stopped a lot of those elbows from making contact. Tying up right there. Look at that, going for that arm bar.
Once again, familiar sight from round number 1. Wynn is no stranger to being caught in this kind of, oh, there we go. Let's see if she sets it up again.
She might just step on her face. Rest her knee on her face.
Yeah, Wynn is known to be a ruthless fighter. When she's in the cage, that's it. That cage door closes, she's going off, and there's nothing you can do to stop her till the end of the fight. she's definitely no stranger to this scenario either. Cassie Robb working the switch.
She's persistent though, man. She was pretty Rob. Persistent with that arm.
Nguyen just pushing forward, smothering Robb. Robb just trying to switch out of this position any way she can, looking to improve it in any way.
Yeah, Gwyn's doing a good job of connecting, with those with that ground and pound. I mean, she looks for Robb's phase and, just picks her shots so she can make more blood, score more points.
I mean, that was quite a lot of punishment for how much time has actually passed in this round. We still have a lot of time, just under 2 minutes. I mean, if Nguyen needed to rest here and sit here for a bit, she's definitely gained the points to do so.
Oh, yeah, look at this position right here. I mean, free shots right there all day. And she left herself open for an arm bar.
Robb persistent, trying to get this arm bar here.
That's the one thing you got to be careful too. When you're doing your ground and pound, you can't leave yourself open. And a lot of times you are open when you're doing that because you're trying to, hurt somebody.
Right.
You got to leave something posted or something out there. And, if they catch you.
Yeah. Could be the end of it. Cecil will stand things back up. Nguyen, I think, is exactly where she wants to be. I don't think she really matters where it goes, the ground or stand up at this point. Just unloading.
Yeah,
great combos.
Rob's trying, but I mean, she's just, I think she's too fatigued to throw her shots, so she's just going for that takedown.
Trying to get that takedown. She gets it. Nguyen can just sit here and defend, really, if she wanted to, and just wait out the clock. But she's going to keep fighting, trying to end it herself. She's just that kind of fighter. Robb is going to keep staying persistent, trying to improve this position, but she doesn't have much time.
That's what I like to see, though. When you're on the ground, you're punching, you're throwing elbows, you're active. You're not just defending everything from the top guy that's, being thrown at you.
Right. Robb's going to keep working to a strong finish. She's not going to stop all the way to the end. And that will conclude this fight. What an amazing fight. The fight of the night, I'd say, so far. Wow.
I'd have to agree, man. It was good all the way through.
Take a look at those replays real quick here. But once again, just the display of the skill from Nguyen. We're able to see her persistence, her strength, all the way out to the final minutes of the final round. She was able to just keep it going, no problem, the whole way.
Yeah, but you can't take it away from Robb either. I mean, she stayed in there the whole time, too. Kept the pressure on, trying all these submission attempts, these arm bars.
Yeah, she never gave up, and after taking, several slams from Nguyen, it didn't seem to faze her too much other than just fatigue-wise.
Yeah, that's what it came down to, who had more cardio.
Definitely. Conditioning. But nonetheless, a fantastic fight. I'm sure all the fans loved it. Two amazing fighters here at King of the Cage, two of our best in the female division. We're going to have to leave things to the judges coming up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of women's action, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges at cage side. Luis Cobian, Chad Smith, and Jose Cobian scored this bout exactly the same way. 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Andy Krazy.